Girl, you know what I'm talking about. You know when you meet that cute fella, who's tall, dark, and handsome, with a sexy smile, and all the right words, you wonder to yourself, could he be the one? Could he be my Prince Charming? I remember one day, I was getting ready to go out. The bubbies up in the air, the little short skirt, and you're getting out with the girls. You're looking hot. So I looked to my man and I say to him, how do you think you like me? And he says, what are you getting at? I said, get out with the girls. He said, you see this? All right. And I looked back and gave that little coy smile, and we both giggled. Isn't it really cute how we get so jealous? Of course, with every relationship, there's going to be quarrels. It's all part of the process, right? Like there's this girl that I know, and her boyfriend, listen, if you could see them fight, if he could throw one, she could throw one too. If he quarreling just as much. I think to myself, girl, why you don't leave him? But I know by next weekend, she can tell me about all the makeup sex and what he do and how it was so sweet. But she would want to know, right? And what about that man? You know him. Everybody know this man is the human. Every single body know about him. We live in a small society, we know. But this man has got the most women. But them don't know. Them ain't here. But they were gonna know. Shh. You see the paper? You see Facebook? You see Twitter? Not again, man. Another man in jail, another woman dead. How did it get to this? Who's to blame for this? That good for nothing man? What was she? Well, she didn't know to get out of that situation. But then again, I don't know when it's called the police was happen. So maybe we should hold them accountable. Stinking police. All they must do is go over roundabout behind weed. But when somebody really want them, where are they? But wait, they got no family? They got no friends? Everybody family and friends. What about me? Did I have done something to stop it? What about you? What did you do? Who's to blame? I'm so confused.
These people asked me to do something on non-physical violence. I really want to do that. I really want to do.
Let me do it for you. Let me do it. Give me 2 minutes. Let me deal with them for you. Let me talk all the things because I know when they just look at me and talk. I know. And I know the last thing I hear is that I send my heart in the garbage bag. I can't want to say, he did love me. He did love me and they loved me bad. Never hit me yet. Never hit me yet. But sometimes words just cut harder than a cut. Sometimes some of the things he do was worse than a kick. Like the time he get the invitation to the function at work, and I went and get my hair do, and a new dress, and I get ready, and he see me getting ready. And wait till I just step in through the door and ask him, where you think you're going? You want to embarrass me in front of my colleagues? I very care his sister. And he tell him I was under the leather. It's more like, oh, daddy, babe. Because I was so ashamed, I was so hurt. He never hit me yet. Never. He called me some wicked things. Called me a dog. Called me a goat. Called me an old cow. Tell me they are fat. My hair going gray. Diet. He cannot be seen with me. But, like his mother said, never hit me yet. So, crazy. But if Ina didn't know she feelings, she wouldn't walk the road and suck cane peelings. If Ina didn't know she feelings, she wouldn't walk the road and suck cane peelings. I want to talk. I want to talk. I care if I'm going to talk. Talk. You know, love can be an old truck, resting so long on your front lawn. And going back to nature, so stubborn and so slow that it outlive you. Love could be an old dog, tied so long that his chains have become a part of his heart. You really don't know. Love could be like white vests, a lot of many white vests hanging up in a clean smelling robe that you put up there. Well, you walk out, kicking bottle tops and suck apple seeds and frogs that joy is always sit at the gas barrel. Or love could be that bobtail cap turned so elegantly back on itself that slips into the many flowered grasses, calling your secret name. Oh, love.
They say silence is golden. Golden, golden, golden. We pay homage with silence. We pay tributes with silence. They say it's golden. What do I say and to whom? I am silent when I want to scream from the pain, the hurt, the shocks of the blows. Yes, shock, but every time it happens, it is a shock. I don't want the children to hear. I must protect them, so I am silent. Silence is golden. And worse yet, when I give them blows, he threatens, well, what will happen to me if the neighbors hear? But you know what? He need not have even bothered about that. Because they know what they're, but if and when they know what they're doing and what they're saying, nothing. They're silent. So the time silence is golden. So I question it. In any case, when they do say something, it can be my fault. I don't do this. I don't want to. I don't like to hear what nobody say. You know, I make more money than he. You know, and sometimes the stories exchange. There's one more if it's the same me they're talking about. But the silent about the blows. The muffled cries are not from the hands and feet of a stranger, so they don't say anything. It's not from a thief that broke into my house, so they don't say anything. That would be different. If a thief broke into my house, every everybody in the neighborhood likes to be on, and then we'll be calling the police, and the next thing you know, everybody will come and ask, say, Joy, you all right? You all right? But you know what? The body that gave me the blows is the same body, same self body that will be dropping me to work tomorrow morning. And I'm going to be like an idiot smiling my teeth. You know what the old people say? Every skin teeth in the brain. Remember my children that stayed. But babe, what about me? Anyhow, should I think there's a tolerance or indifference to this kind of violence? You know, I was real puzzled. The other day I read in the paper that a man beat up a man and he get remanded to prison. What about me? I just get beat up. And everybody's silent. I really don't understand. I decided to talk. I done with this silent shite. It's bare shot, you know. Because whether or not you talk or you don't talk, it looks like you're still getting the blows. So you know what I do? The dilemma was for me now was who to talk to. So they tell me, I'm a church woman, but they tell me that a pastor is a good body to talk to. So I went to one. You know, like I say, I'm a church woman, but they tell me so. You know, they tell me things, they tell me silence golden, they tell me this, they tell me that. So I can go to a pastor. He ain't my pastor, but I went to a pastor. They tell me he's a counselor and he's real good. But you know what? I couldn't believe my ears when I went to this man. He said, what will you do to aggravate he? But I can't understand. I sit down there in amazement. This man asking me what I do to aggravate he. Anyhow, the next thing you know, the next crime he's telling me, just try to avoid him, not cut price. I stuck for this man. I share the same bathroom with him. And I share the same bed too. So how I gonna avoid him? Oh Lord, this thing tough. But silence golden. Real golden. Remember what I said? We just pay homage in silence. We pay tribute in silence. We pray in silence. And that's important, is praying. So silence is golden. Anyhow, getting back to this pastor man. You know, not once did he say anything reassuring to me. Not once did he tell me anything else. You know what he said me? I didn't even know what he told me, but after a while I get silent too. I decided not to hear him. So I needed to talk. So I went, you know, he's always got a good girlfriend. You got good. That's one thing we women, boy. We got good girlfriends. Some of them just get on your nerves, but you love them. So I called him my girlfriend. But you know, after a while I realized I had to protect this girl. She felt her confidence. She felt confidentiality was so important. And her loyalty to me was so important. Not once did she do anything. She got silent too, because she had to protect me. You know, I had to feel sorry for her, but I know she loved me and she don't want to let it happen to me. But silence is golden. So, next thing I start to do. You know, my family, I love my family, see? But through all of this, all they're telling me is, Joy, be careful. I don't know what that means. That time I sleep with the man, I was going to sin, toilet, and see. So I don't know how I can be careful. One morning after the night before, you know what that means? The morning before the night, the last beating. When he dropped asleep, you know what I do? I sneak and call the police. Then, I must say, this time the police was, I gotta give you protect and reassure boys. Because you know what they say? They say, we're here to protect and reassure. So I've got to give them credit. It was there in a flash. But you know what my dilemma was? I didn't know if to get out the bed to go to the door and answer. When I decided that I could creep out the bed and get to the door, you know that ignorant man was behind me? And the same thing that captured me in the first place, he's charming and he's nice and everything. And the police there, good morning, ma'am. And he, good morning. Like he's a blasted woman. The police said, good morning, ma'am. Anyhow, you know what I had to do? I break the silence. I start screaming
Well, I'm sure I don't know what they're talking about. I'm sure I don't. So I'm going to disassociate myself by sitting over here. I love to write in my journal. It gives me a little company when I need to. I have a low light and a bell starts to ring, a low light. And I just like to write my journal and remember things, you know. I remember when I used to dream. I used to dream in color. I would dream of our lives together. But now I don't dream. I really don't dream. In fact, it's all I can do to get through each day. I just look forward to the next moment. It's so different. I wonder what that means. Anyway, it's very different from what I've been listening to today. I mean, the only thing I would say is that maybe I'm a little less confident than I used to be. I don't know when that started, but I used to have such self-esteem, you know? And I used to hear so many nice things, but I don't hear them so much anymore, but, you know, and then I have these doubts about myself, you know, about my looks and, you know, how I sound and what I can do. I just have so many doubts about so many things now. Anyhow, I like to write my journal, so that's what I'll do. But I also notice I'm kind of nervous as well nowadays. I'm more jumpy than I used to be. And I don't laugh. I don't laugh and I don't sing and I don't dance anymore. Sometimes I smile though, especially when he tells a joke, because he likes that. And I like him to be happy. If I don't laugh, he gets disappointed, you know. So I try to make sure that I laugh in the right places. And I'm a bit excessive now. I never used to be. I used to be moderate, you know, but I find that actually sometimes I'm very impatient. In fact, I find myself swearing sometimes, and, you know, like I buy a lot of things. I buy a lot of, you know, chocolate, ice cream, you know. It makes me happy because I don't really want for anything. I mean, it gives me everything I need. That's why it's not like, you know, those other ladies that are talking. In fact, I don't even need money. I don't even need an allowance. Because he said that anything I need, he'll give to me. And he's very romantic because he says that way we're always close and he always knows what I need. And I just think that's really, nice. I think it's romantic, I think that's what I think. I don't fuss. I don't fuss because why would I? I mean, he's not very difficult, really. I mean, he only ever hit me once. One hard slap. I'll never forget it. But it was because I hadn't cooked yet. That was the only reason he did it. And he was sorry. He said he was sorry. And it was a while ago now. So, you know, I know he didn't mean it. So I try my best to be good and, you know, make sure there's always something there for him to eat because, you know, I don't want him to be upset. And I know he still finds me attractive, even though we don't go very many places. And when we do go, you know, I just try to get my cues from him. You know, I don't like to speak in case, you know, I say something and, you know, how it can be sometimes. So, but he still finds me attractive. I know that because he likes to make love to me all the time. You know, even when I don't want to. He likes to make love to me at his convenience. Not that I am particularly that way inclined, you understand, but I remember there was a time when he wouldn't kiss or touch me or anything, and I didn't understand what that was about. I still don't understand what that was about. But, you know, he's cute, you know, and as I say, he likes to run up to me all the time now. And even if I'm sleeping, you know, I mean, the other day he cut my panties off. I was asleep, you know, but he buys them back. So, you know, you know, why? See, the other women, when they complain about their men, you know, their men, the heat hitting them and all this kind of stuff, he doesn't do that kind of stuff. So, you know, and I don't want for anything. I mean, you can see. Do I look like I want for anything? I don't want for anything. and he's very popular, you know. And during sex, he gets a bit rough. But when he hurts me, he doesn't hurt me anywhere where it will show. You understand? So, you know, he's thoughtful on that, which I'm very grateful for. And as I say, I mean, I do try to, you try to do what you can, and you know, I try not to inconvenience him too much. Only like today, I've only made myself vomit 3 times today because I know he likes his women quite slim. So anyway, I think I'll finish doing this writing some other time because sometimes I wonder, you know, what does it really mean?
He always placed his hands on her. He had no care that his little ones in the next room can hear. Emotional, physical, and psychological consequences appear. All because those young beings could not overcome the fear. For me, it was drastic. Fright took over my body. I can still relive those awful moments like it was yesterday. My sister's first reaction was get away. Through the window she went, since she was the eldest, and when she said the word jump, I didn't do the opposite. The next time it happened, we had a strategy, which ended up with my sis wetting herself from a tragedy. Because as she jumped through the window, she landed straight in the hands of that abusive man. We got her back, but after that, I cannot bear the sight of him. I hid in aisles of supermarkets or under my principal's desk with the thought that I very well might be next. From year to year, I suffered from my own mother being battered. I rebelled in ways that could have cost me my future. Even today as a female, I struggle with my defensive side. The same side I had for years, which in a way helped, but also stopped me from overcoming my fears. But what if I was a male? Young boys could go through the same effects I did, or even worse, become a replica of that abusive man they once seen as a curse. So this intimate partner violence must come to an end. It's scaring your children. It's making their minds confused. And it's leaving them with this everlasting nervous feeling deep within. And like me, who got back on the right path just in time, it could ruin the very life you thought in the womb was so divine.
My friends always ask me, why don't you just leave? But the truth is, wherever I could go, he could go. And when he finds me, the abuse and his anger makes the former beatings seem mild. And he threatens me that if I leave him, he's going to take it out on our daughter or on my parents. Sometimes I feel like I have nowhere to turn, nobody to talk to, because he has isolated my family and friends. I went to my mother and I told her my husband was beating me. I know what she said to me. You made it a bed and now I gotta lay in it. That's a woman's lot. the same thing happened to me and your father. I went to the pastor, just like my friend said earlier. I went to my pastor because I'm a good Christian woman. I believe in what the pastor says. And my pastor told me, you have to forgive. You have to learn to forgive your husband, just like Christ forgave you on the cross. He said, love conquers all. And those whom God has joined together, let no man put asunder. Anyhow, I started to go to counseling. I went to counseling for a long time. And eventually I got my husband to go with me. And the counselor looked at us and said, you have to learn to trust and communicate. And then, much to my horror, the counselor proceeded to tell my husband all the things I told her in confidence. Y'all can believe that? And then when my husband responded with such calm and concern, I was very concerned about these things that were happening to me. So I said, the counselor was happy. She said, you know, you thought he would be angry, but how concerned he is. But let me tell y'all something. When we got home that night and we were alone, that man beat the living daylights out of me. I can still feel the blows now. And don't let me start on the police, because I might have some police in the audience here, but I will just tell you all one story, or one thing a policeman told me. He said, your husband is your problem, and you should not inflict him on us. Anyhow, I got into the situation because I never thought that such a nice and loving and warm and caring man, and tall and handsome too, I never thought that a man like that would be abusive. And the first time he hit me, he cried so much afterwards that I felt sorry for him and for myself. I felt, you know, I had done something wrong. I probably had not loved him enough. I had not supported him enough, and I had to try harder next time. You know, I started to think, what could I do to make things better? But anyhow, I'm one of the lucky ones. There are now hundreds of miles between me and my ex-husband. But I can still remember with special bitterness the counselor, the doctor, the police, and my friends too, and other people who said that I must have loved the beatings to stay with my husband for so long.
You have heard the presentations of Juliet, Margaret, Joy, Patrice, Sandra, and Diane. I will share with you what the law provides. Now, this is not legal advice, but education, so that you would be aware of how the law may and will work for you. There's a domestic violence protection order, and this is one of the pieces of legislation available to you who might have been abused or violated by a partner. You may also resort to the Offences Against the Persons Act, because in some instances, the perpetrator of the abuse also makes a report to the police, and a cross action could be brought against you. I will concentrate on the areas which I believe will be of most importance to you. That is the definition section, what is a protection order, how the application is made. I would also look at section 7 that deals with matters the court will take